guys, welcome to Square One. Uh, yeah, it's been a little bit here, and we got a new perspective here. Congratulations, you are now viewing me from the top of the fridge, because that was the only place I could find with enough distance between the camera and our table here. Um, so, what are we doing today? A little bit later we'll try some gaming out. I think that's pretty fair enough. Um, and But for right now, we're going to be unboxing, which I have a figure that I have been waiting to unbox specifically because I just have not had the time and I hadn't figured out a place to put it yet. But I will take care of that eventually. Um, Now, I do have another figure, but I'm not going to open that one on stream. Actually, I think you could see it back there. There's that white box back there. I'm not going to open that one on stream because I'm not sure how safe for work it actually is, and more importantly, safe for Twitch. So, well, that one will be for myself to open up and enjoy. But um, today we have this one, and this is the Zentreya figure from Novel Horizons. I waited a long time for this thing to come here, and it finally did, and I just had been waiting for the right time to do it. So, and then I figured, you know what, this seems like as good a time as any. So, we're gonna go ahead and open it up. Now, there's three components to this. One is the main figure and accompanying accessories. Also, we have, I think, second gecko. I think I bought an extra gecko, and then this, which I believe they had said, if I remember correctly, what the situation was, there was an alternate headpiece that they wanted to include because they weren't happy with the original one or something like that. I can't remember the exact situation, but what I do remember is that there are two different heads, and we'll open both up, and we'll open that up after we open the main package up, because I do want to check it out, see what's going on with it, and go from there. All right, well, I'm going to move the gecko and the headpiece to the side for right now. And by the way, I'll try to look his chat as much as possible if anybody actually is chatting, but don't count on me doing it because unfortunately, so I'm here, my PC's over here, and uh, it's a little difficult just to keep looking over that way. So, all right, let's go ahead and get this opened up. Let me just check one thing really quick here before I go here. Okay. All right, so first let's talk about the box. The box is very nice. It's a very big box too. You can see the Novel Horizons logo here, VShojo logo, and a Made in China sticker. I think that's just specifically for the box. Um, on the front, we have Zentreya's logo, and yeah, I don't think there's anything on the top. No, nothing to worry about on the top there. All right, so let's try to open this up. Now, this is a big figure, so I may have to move the box to the side or do something with it as we go along. This is obviously not a very big space, but we'll work with what we got. All right, so we're gonna open that up. And it is a top load box, which is kind of interesting because that means I got this. I'm gonna turn this sideways just so I can actually get it in there and so you guys can get a good view of the situation at hand. So, what can we see from the box? I know it's probably not that easy to see from through the packaging, but we got the main figure here. What is? Let's see what's going on here. I see the gecko. I think these are just like accent pieces of some kind, and I can't tell what that is. Is that what is that? I think it's a head. Okay, yeah, it is a headpiece of some sort. Okay. And the sword here. Okay. So let me go ahead and pull this out. Just slides up there. And I'm going to pull the... Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, there's two layers to this thing. Holy shit. Bear with me, chat. Bear with me. I'm going to move this real quick. I'm going to take this. Okay, and then there's some more pieces. So there's the base stand. And these are legs. And I think these are just like boxes for the set piece. And there's a... Huh. Why is there a plug? I don't remember there's a USB insert two-prong plug there. I need to check what that's about. All right, let me go ahead and get the box out of the way, because that's going to just inhibit our task here. Okay, here we go. All right. So, like I said, we do have Zen, the gecko. Looks to be a headpiece, and yeah. All right, so let's take this off very carefully. I'll clean up before we start gaming. I'll probably clean up a little bit, just to kind of get this situation under control. All right, so first we've got Zen's sword. I'm going to keep that to the side and in package for the moment being. Actually, I should probably take the base out first, and I'm thinking about it, but just so I can work with this a little easier. Okay, we're going to do that actually first. Hold on. I'll put the sword back for a minute. Okay. There we go. Just put that to the side for a minute. We're going to take the base out first because then I can put Zen on the base as we go. That'll just make more sense to me. All right. Take this piece off. We don't need that. All right. So we got the stand. Go ahead and pull that out. Ooh. It's weird. I know I'm like I'm sure smelling it seems weird. There's a very distinct smell coming off of this, and it almost smells like like the smell when you go to a public pool. It is the strangest thing, but we'll deal with that later. Okay, so that's the set piece. Okay, so these are in fact Zen's extra legs because she did come with two legs. One is her toothpick legs, which is the ones I think that are on there. And then these are the standard, like with feet legs. Let me just go ahead and pull those out really quick so you can see what we're talking about. Hold those up to the camera. So these are the legs we're talking about. I'm not sure which ones I'm actually going to go with. I'm actually kind of partial to these, to be fair. But I'm going to see what the figure looks like, how it holds up, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to leave those in plastic just for right now. This, I don't know what this is going to be for. I mean, I know what it is. It's a plug, and it's got a USB port on the back. I just don't know why. We'll deal with that as it comes. Okay, then these. What are these about? Okay. They, no, they don't open up. Okay, so these are just like set piece. So they're just like little shipping containers or something, I guess. They look like they have like latches molded onto them of some kind, but they don't actually open up. Okay, so let's just put those there for right now. Okay, and same thing with this one. Just same thing, just gray. Nothing to write home about there. So just leave those right there like that for right now, and we'll get to them when we get to them. All right, so that's pretty good. Now, to be fair, I thought there was gonna be a lot more assembly involved with this, but like I said, we'll cross that road when we get there. All right. Don't fall. All right, so like I said, we got the sword, which I'm going to keep in plastic for the moment. So these are some kind of accent pieces. Oh, okay. I see how these work. Okay. I know how those work, and I'll deal with them in a second. First, I'm going to take out the gecko because I think he is the most important part of this piece, and I don't want to keep my geckos on edge here. This is a lot heavier than it looks, actually. And let me get you that close up to there. Hopefully the camera picks it up right. Sorry if like there's a glare. I have to have a little bit of light back here. You guys wouldn't be able to see anything. But yeah, that's the gecko. Very heavy, actually. How does it stand on here properly? Okay. It doesn't necessarily stand properly. And I'm not sure if that's just because of how it's made or if it's like supposed to fit in something. Because it doesn't like, because I know there's like little indentations in the stand, but it doesn't necessarily fit into any of them. So I'm not sure if that is going to work standing on the stand itself. Huh. Okay, so if I put it on the flat pieces of the stand, it should stay up. Okay, that is good to note. All right, so then we got the alternate head piece here that came with it, which is this. So this is Zen Cyberhead. You guys can see that. And I think there is a way to, I'm not sure how exactly to stick it in there, but I'll figure it out when we get there. But yeah, that's pretty cool. So that is the head. Okay, and let's get the lady her. Oh, and the gecko fell over. All right, good to note. That thing is not meant to be. Well, this. I mean, this table is not exactly the most sturdy anyway, but we'll deal with that. All right, so we got the lady herself, Zentreya. And okay, so these are going to have to come off just so I can get the plastic. There's some plastic in between the boots and thighs, so we'll have to adjust that. But yeah, there she is. So, oh, whoa, something fell off of there. What the fuck fell off of there? What the hell was that? Okay. Okay. So, funny story here. What? How the hell did this even fall off? What the fuck? Did it break? Oh my god! I think this broke. Oh no. Oh, that sucks. Damn. So, okay, so this is the piece that broke off. It's an accent piece that goes right here on the figure itself. The head comes off. It's just a magnetic piece, but man, that sucks. How did that even happen? I mean, it's not, I got super glue, so I could probably put this back on. That shouldn't be too big of a deal, but man, that is flimsy. At like that's very like there was never a chance this thing wasn't going to break. Oh my god, yeah, it's so thin. Like I'm trying to see if it like just maybe locks in place, but no, it's definitely done. That sucks. All right, well let's see. So the head was, like I said, the head is magnetic. Here's the head that came with it. I don't know if you guys can see it real well. I might have to turn the light off because it really is not good here. But anyway, so the head just kind of fixed on. It's magnetic, pops in, pops off, pops in, pops off. Not a big deal there. Okay. I'm going to take the head. I'm going to leave the head off for just a minute here while I figure the rest of this out. And then we got these blue things, which they don't look like much. But then what I figured out here as I'm pulling this thing is they actually fit in the leg pieces for these. Not sure exactly what the best way is. I'll have to play around with that. So they fit into the legs, and I think it goes like this, and then they fit into the base is what's going on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull those out, and I'm gonna get this out of the way. Man, I am really sad about that. That sucks, man. Okay. So, let me pull the boots off here for a minute. Okay, I think the same deal. They're just magnetic, so they don't break nothing. Okay, yeah. So the whole figure is magnetic. There's no like joint pieces that I have to worry about, which is nice because that means I can just, interchange things as I go. So it just goes on and off like such. Okay, that works. Okay, so got the head back on. And then these. So if I'm seeing this correctly, it should go like maybe like this or like this. Okay, no, it's got to be the other way so that it fits properly. Okay, so those go on there. These are not magnetic, by the way. So, um, okay, and then those go in here like such. Hold on a minute. So I'm trying to find the. There we go. Okay, so they go in there like that. I'll pull you guys down to like kind of see how everything looks once I have it together. Okay, and then the sword. There's the sword for you guys to check out. Nice detailing there. And that just goes in her hand, I think. This thing feels like it's gonna fall over. Holy shit. I might actually have to put the other legs on because this thing is not sturdy. Okay, there we go. Okay, sword goes on there. Okay. Yeah, this thing is very, very not sturdy. Okay. I'm actually not happy that it's not sturdy either, by the way. And this could be me having this thing on completely backwards. I'll have to double check it and see how it's supposed to go. All right, so then, yeah, then this piece, man, I am very unhappy that this broke. I think, well, because I think what happened is like Zen's head is just the way that it's molded on here is what actually broke this. Because, like, if you have the head on here, there's really not a safe way for this to stay on here. Huh. Okay, so that's interesting to note. Okay, well, that's the main figure. Let me go ahead. I'm just going to push this to the back here. I'm going to very carefully do that. And like I said, I'll pull you guys down in a minute here. I just want to get the other stuff up. So I'm going to get the secondary head open here. I want to see what this looks like. So remember, there's something about the sculpt of the head they said they didn't like. Huh. Okay, so this is the secondary head. And I don't know if you guys can really see it that well because of the lighting, but I don't want to turn the light off because then you guys won't be able to see anything. But, and I just dropped it. Oh, God damn it. Hold on. Got it. I got it. We're good. We're safe. We are safe. Okay. So let me just compare these two. I want to see something. Hmm. Oh, okay. I see what's going on here. So, what the difference between the head that came with it and the head that the secondary head is the neck. So, if you see on this is the head that came with, there's a space under here where you can actually see it's actually flesh colored, I think. My eyes aren't what they used to be, but it's the same color as the face, and then the on this one it's actually red is the color they go with here. So I think this is actually the head that I would want to go with. This is the one that goes all the way up to the neck. I think that one looks better. Okay, so that's that. Okay, and then like I said, we got the gecko, which I'm gonna have to leave to the side. Oh Jesus, leave to the side for right now. I want to put the secondary head in this, or well, this is actually the primary head. I'll put this back in the box though, just so I don't lose it. Okay. All right, and then let's get the gecko open because I think this is the. I think I know which gecko. I'm trying to remember which one I bought because there's a bunch of them you could buy, but I only picked one because I couldn't spend that much money at the time. Ah, yes. Okay, it is the one I thought I did. Okay, we have the banana. Oh, I like that. That I got the little banana gecko. That's funny. All right, that's pretty cute. I like that. I am very happy with the gecko. So sculpting on it is good, so that is a plus. So here's my current situation right now, and this is kind of where I'm like a little lost. And I think I need to take a look at the base, maybe because I might have missed something. But from what I could tell, there just didn't come with a USB of any kind that I could, like a cord, that I could plug into this. I think I see the port though, and I'm going to take Zen off of here for a minute because I'm going to change her legs out. Okay, yeah, so there's a USB port here. But what? Okay, so this is all together on the bottom. So this has to light up in some fashion, I'm guessing, and I'm not sure where it goes. Oh, oh, hey, I found the switch. So okay, so there it is. So this actually lights up, um, and yeah, I don't know how well you can see it here, but it's actually green. Looks pretty cool, actually. I'm gonna turn that off just for a minute though, because I didn't realize this was a thing. But I'm gonna have to get a USB cord for this. I think it's a USB-C, so I should just be able to use the one I use for my phone. Okay, I'm gonna switch the legs out though, because like I said, I'm not thrilled with the toothpick legs and how unsturdy the figure is because of that. So I'm gonna take these off, and we're gonna put the other legs in here. Okay. All right. Cool. So yeah, so that's that. So I think we can't use these because these are specifically meant for the toothpick legs here. And that goes here, I'm guessing. And okay, yeah, there. And glad these are like magnetic because I can't really figure out how they go. Unless, do I have this backwards? I might have this backwards. Hold on. Okay, yeah. So I did have it. I did have it backwards because you can't tell really with the base. There's like there is no specifically stated front and back to this thing. It's just you got to kind of guess. Okay, so then that goes there. So these probably just go in the back, either stacked up or however you want to do it. I'll probably do it like this, just to give some depth. And then you put the gecko either probably like right under here if it wants to stand up, which it doesn't. Hmm. Ah, like I said, this isn't the most sturdy table, but either way. Okay, I think we got it. So let me go ahead and get you guys down. Give me one sec here. And go. And here we go. This is what we're looking at. Sorry if the camera's a little jankier. So yeah, this is what we got. We got the Zentreya figure. Don't mind my busted up windowsill. That was actually my landlord's doing. Fun story. I'll tell you guys about it sometime. But yeah, you got the sword. There actually are individual little pieces of the jacket that move. So these are loose. Okay, not really happy with that, but huh. Okay, but yeah, this is what we got, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this part of the situation. Oh, yeah, let me get you the close-up view of these. These are the ones that go with the toothpick legs here, and them's the toothpick legs, and the Cyber Zen head here. Okay. Here, I'll let you guys see what it looks like with the Cyber head here. Go ahead and put that. And like I said, this other side broke off. I gotta figure out how to get that either reattached or glued back on. I'll have to take a look at that. But yeah, that's the figure there. So yeah, pretty cool, huh? All right. Well, that is the figure unboxing. Like I said, I do have the Project Melody one back there, but again, I'm not sure how safe for work it is, so I probably won't be opening that anytime soon. At least not on stream. I probably will open that on my own time. All right. So, for those probably watching this on the YouTube VOD, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time on Square One. For everyone else, I will be moving over to gaming. So I'm going to go to the BRB screen. So please stand by while we do that. And I will see you guys very, very shortly.